Shalom, shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rikakwadash. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect and double honors to the elders of Great Millstone. This lesson is entitled, Prophecy Leads to Armageddon. As we have told you, as the men of the Lord around the world have told you, all right, the Hebrew Israelites, Armageddon will happen. Babylon the Great is America, and it will be destroyed. Okay, and it's coming to pass. The Lord is bringing this thing to pass. Okay.
Is the ceasefire over? Is the ceasefire done? Is the MOU dead?
It's a very interesting question. To me, I think it's over. I don't want to deal with them anymore. They're scum. You know what scum is? They're scum. They're sick people. They're led by sick people. And they're vicious, violent people. And if they had a nuclear weapon, they'd use it. As far as I'm concerned, it's over. I'll speak to our negotiators. They want to negotiate. They're good people. Steve Witkoff, Jared Kushner. But they have to come back to me. As far as I'm concerned, it's just a waste of time dealing with them. They're liars. We make a deal. And if I make a deal with him, we have a deal. And he goes out, he talks. We make a deal. Everyone's agreed. No nuclear weapon. We make a deal. They go outside, talk to the press. They say, we never even talked about it. There's something wrong with them. They're cuckoo. As far as I'm concerned, it's over.
Is the ceasefire over?
See that? You see that? So, no matter what you people think, okay, prophecy is being fulfilled.
Xinhua released an AI video titled, Happy 250th Birthday, History on Fire. It showed a cake with missile-shaped candles and flags of nations hit by U.S. military actions, depicting America has spent less than 20 of its 250 years at peace. On July 4th, 2026, China's state-run Xinhua released an AI video titled, Happy 250th Birthday, History on Fire. It showed...
See that? Let me play that again.
26. China's state-run Xinhua released an AI video titled, Happy 250th Birthday, History on Fire. It showed a cake with missile-shaped candles and flags of nations hit by U.S. military actions, depicting America has spent less than 20 of its 250 years at peace. On July 4th, 2026, China's state-run Xinhua released an AI video titled, Happy 250th Birthday, History on Fire. Okay. It showed a cake with missile-shaped...
So, if you see what Donald Trump had to say, it's on. The war is on. Okay? Let's go to Proverbs 21 and 1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahshai. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. Okay? All right? So the Lord is bringing forth these prophecies. And for all you men who have listened to these lessons, you should be out here prophesying this truth along with me. Okay? Really, that's the real deal. Okay? Because that's the only way you're going to get out of here alive. All right? You young ones under from the age of 26 to what? I think it's 45. All right? They're going to send you off into this war. All right? Ezekiel 22 and 18. The prophecies are coming to pass. I mean, Ezekiel 12 and 22, Salakia. 12 and 22. It says, Son of man, what is that proverb that ye have in the land of Israel, saying, the days are prolonged and every vision faileth? Tell them, therefore, thus saith the Lord power, I will make this proverb to cease, and they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel. But say unto them, the days are at hand, and the effect of every vision. For there shall be no more any vain vision, nor flattering divination within the house of Israel. For I am the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahshai. I will speak, and the word that I shall speak shall come to pass. It shall not it shall be no more prolonged. Do you hear that? You see that? That's where we are. You understand? That is where we are in prophecy. Let me read that again. For I am the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. I will speak, and the word that I shall speak shall come to pass. It shall be no more prolonged. For in your days, O rebellious house, will I say the word and will perform it, saith the Lord power. Okay, you see that? The Lord is bringing this thing forth. Isaiah 55 and 11. Okay. You heard what Trump said. Okay. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. Isaiah 55 and 11. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. All right. Let me go to Isaiah 46. Is that 9? Isaiah 46 and 9. And it reads, remember the former things of old, for I am the Most High, and there is none else. I am the Most High, and there is none like me, declaring the end, okay? The destruction, all right? From the beginning, and from ancient times, the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. So the Lord's going to do all his pleasure, all right? He's raised up his men, the elect, all right? The prophets, the teachers, okay, in the earth, okay? And he's bringing down the Esau, Edom, the wicked. They're going down. They can't get out of this thing. All right, he's hardening his neck just like the Pharaoh of old. Okay, okay. Let's go to Romans chapter 9 and 17. We'll go to 13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with the Most High? God forbid. For he saith to Moses, I will have mercy on him whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. So then it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of the Most High that showeth mercy. So the Lord do what he want to do. He raised up Esau to be the wicked in the earth, just to make his name known in the earth, as you're going to read here. Verse 17. For the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, Esau is the new Pharaoh. You see how that ties together? The children of Israel are right here in bondage in Babylon the Great, all over again, in another Egypt. Deuteronomy 28 and 68. All right. You will go back to another Egypt on ships, right? For the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up. He raised up Esau, Edom for the same purpose, that I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth. Therefore have he mercy on whom he will have mercy, and whom he willeth. He do what he want to do. He hardeneth. And that's what the Lord did to the former Pharaoh. He hardened his heart. All right. Them plagues kept coming, and he kept hardening Pharaoh's heart. Okay. So he would continue to oppress the Israelites, right? Same thing happening today. All right. The everything going up all sky high. All right. And what does he come with? Oppression. All right. Coming with the removal of civil rights and all of our accomplishments, trying to roll things back and make America white again. Okay. So the Lord is hardening his heart. And what did he just say? He said, I give up, In other words, he's just going to declare all out war on Iran. You see that? So that's headed directly toward what the Lord is trying to do. All right. Now in here at Jeremiah, now that'd be Joel, Salakia. Let me go back out here if I can. It's Joel. All right. This is the Lord's intensive purposes to bring this war to root them out the earth. all right, to cast the devil out. Okay. And all of you all who don't, you Israelites out here who you listen to these videos, and you don't want to participate you don't want to provide anything to the ministry, I don't know what to say about you. You're gonna be messed up in that day. Okay. All right. In the day of judgment, you ain't gonna have no covering on you. All right. Joel chapter 3 verse 1. For behold, in those days and in that time when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations. That's what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen behind DJ trumpet. All right. All the nations going to be gathered together for war. Okay, over there in Armageddon. All right. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. You see that? The Lord gonna gather all these nations together. Let's go to verse 9. He says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears, let the weak say I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come all ye heathen, see that? And gather yourself together round about thither, cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahshua. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. You see what I'm saying? So that's how judgment's going to be played out against the heathen. All right. And it's for the controversy of Zion, who we are, what they did, scattered our people. All right. Okay. They took over the land. The Edomites took over the land and said they was the people. All right. Okay. So the Lord is going to bring a judgment, a great judgment upon them. Jeremiah chapter 51 and verses, we'll just read 1. Thus said the Lord, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them, that rise up against me a destroying wind. That's those nuclear winds that the Lord is going to allow to be shot from the end of the earth, and will send unto Babylon. All right, that's America, fanners that shall fan her and shall empty her land. For in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about. All right, and the trouble is increasing. They getting these detention centers ready. All right, to put Israelites in it. You understand? That's the trouble you're speaking of. All right, we warning you against Jacob's trouble. The great tribulation is on the way. Okay, against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow. The Lord is saying all nations need to get their armaments up and shoot their arrows. Against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow, and against him that lifted himself up in his brigandine, and spare ye not her young men, destroy ye utterly all her host. Okay, thus the slain shall fall in the land of the Chaldeans, and they that are thrust through in her streets. Verse 5, for Israel have not been forsaken, nor Judah of his power, for the Lord of hosts, though their land was filled with sin against the Holy One of Israel. So even though we have sinned against the Lord still is going to become one with his people. All right, his servants, the elect. Okay, Salakia. Verse 6, and I'll end here. Verse 6, flee out of the midst of Babylon to deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, her sin upon sin. For this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. You see that? So that's what this war, this great war is all about. Okay? So as you can see, prophecy is